Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you all please remain standing for our award-winning a cappella group Out of the Blue will lead us in the national anthem.
It is my honor to introduce the president of the senior class, Rohit Talapragada.
What's up, 2013? How are you doing? Welcome to all of you here, parents, friends, teachers, siblings, and most importantly, the class of 2013, proudly sitting right here in front of me. My name is Rohit Talapragada, and I am now, and have been for 4 years, president of this class. Now, it's been 4 years almost to the day that I stood in front of roughly the same crowd of people in the high school North Gymnasium. At the time, I declared triumphantly, we made it. We got through middle school. But here we are 4 years later, and I know that we're all experiencing a whirlwind of emotions. Excitement, apprehension, happiness, sadness, and maybe even a bit of fear. But here's the thing. When I sought out to write this speech, I had one goal in mind: to discourage one emotion from that whirlwind: impatience. I don't want anyone here thinking that they just can't wait to graduate, that they'd rather just skip to the tassel moving and the hat throwing. Because that's not the way that we should leave high school North, nor is it the way that we should leave each other. Trust me though, I've been there. For the last half of this year, plagued as I was by senioritis, all I could think about was how desperate I was to just move on to college and do bigger things. And I was hungry for change. But that's not really the way it should be. And I realized this one day when I remembered a lesson I learned from a little show called How I Met Your Mother. One episode in particular tells a story of how Ted Mosby, the main character, goes out to get a bagel. On the way, he meets Stella, the woman who left him at the altar 6 months ago. He also meets her new husband, who offers him a job that leads Ted to meeting the mother of his future children. At least I think so. The show isn't over yet. But the point is this. Little and seemingly insignificant decisions can change the course of our lives. If Ted hadn't gone out to get a bagel that day, he never would have met his soulmate. In the same way, we all make little decisions every day of which we can't possibly predict the outcomes. Like what friends we make, what we say to people, what parties we go to, how we decide to live our lives on the day-to-day basis. It's those decisions that make us who we are. Now, I was never really that good at math, but one thing I did learn was that if you take anything out of an equation, the answer changes, unless the thing that you take out is a zero. In the same way, if our lives are equations, then every part of that equation has changed the final outcome, has changed who you are today. But here's the thing. Nothing in life, nothing, is worth zero. And that means that every experience you've ever had, every person you've ever met, and every small decision you've ever made has changed who you are today. And it will contribute to who you will be in the future. Now that future, that undiscovered country, always needs a past, and it's built upon a foundation. Otherwise, none of it can happen. That foundation is necessary for us to endure and shape the future. Again, every experience you've ever had, every person you've ever met, and every small decision you've ever made has built that foundation. And it will make our future. No matter where you go, what you do, who you meet, or who you become, the fact remains that your past and your foundation was here at High School North as a part of this family. A family that went through countless fights on the Class of 2013 Facebook page, countless Twitter wars, countless epic battles on the streets of WWP with water guns, 4 pep rallies that won while reading a few newspapers, 4 homecomings that student council unfortunately had to clean up, 1 trip to Disney, 2 proms, and 1 graduation. One of the saddest things for me personally about this day is that I'm currently serving in the very last few moments of being your president. But I guess I have to make as much out of these few minutes as possible, which is why I'm issuing one last executive order. Before Mr. Z comes up here, at the very end of the ceremony, before we all throw our hats up into the air, you're all instructed to do the following. Look around you. Look at the people right next to you. Look at the people a bit farther away. Look for your best friend and wave to them. Look for your greatest enemy and make peace. Look at your teachers and administrators and think about how much of an impact they've had on you. Look at your parents and your siblings and think about how much they've done for you. Why? Because in a few moments, High School North will be a part of our past. Guys, let's freeze time now, here. Appreciate, recognize, and acknowledge everyone and everything that has made you who you are today before we make the High School North Class of 2013 a part of our past. It has been an honor and a privilege to have served you as president of this class for the last 4 years, and I know that as you all move on, it will be an honor and a privilege for you to have been a part of the amazing experience that we have been through together as the High School North Class of 2013. Thank you. And now we have our esteemed valedictorian. Please put your hands together for Daniel Liu.
That's a tough follow-up. Good afternoon, class of 2013, and first, let me just say congratulations. In a short moment, we will all begin our new shiny diploma, or as some in the media have started to call it, our participation award. Because, as many of you know, recently Time magazine deemed our generation the me generation, the generation of entitled brats and selfie-taking narcissists. An idea I found so insulting that upon reading the article, I had a strong urge to take an angry selfie and Snapchat it to my best friend Stanford. This idea stuck with me, and this morning when I sat down to write this speech, all I could think about was, are they actually right? Are we a generation that only cares about ourselves and, well, as Time so eloquently put it, implode in a dwarf star of tears when the expectations aren't met? I mean, a school full of narcissists generally doesn't raise over $1,000 towards cancer research in a single sitting. A school full of narcissists generally won't start an 800+ member Facebook group dedicated to promoting school spirit at what was originally just sports games, but has gone on to include just about every and any social event. And a school full of fragile, entitled brats probably wouldn't produce so many decorated athletes and academic stars. Maybe we are just a statistical anomaly, or maybe Time Magazine was wrong. Honestly, the people met here over these past few years have been some of the friendliest, most down-to-earth people you'll ever meet anywhere. And never once have I felt even remotely excluded from just about anything, actually. I mean, yes, we do have our cliques, but let's be honest, they hardly even qualify as such, since they're founded on mutual interest rather than exclusivity. When I first entered high school, a silly part of me thought it might be like Mean Girls, when in reality it was anything but. And now, just like that, high school is over. Some of us have already gone on to discover our passions and dreams. And let me just say this, I both envy and applaud you. Our teachers have helped us set a phenomenal foundation, so let's build on it. Because otherwise, even the best of foundations can lie unused in the dirt. But for those of us who are a little more lost, know that time is an invaluable asset, that we're still young and it's okay to not know what you want to do for the rest of your lives at the wise old age of 18. I sure don't. What is important, however, is not exactly what we end up doing as a career, but that we become honest citizens and just plain good people. That everywhere we go, we leave a bright impact no matter how small in the lives of others. It's like the campsite rule. Always leave the campsite in the same or better state than when you found it. If we can do that, then maybe the future won't become the desolate dystopia as predicted by so many of the older generations. I mean, it better not. We're gonna have to live in it. And so, class of 2013, stay optimistic, stay selfless, and stay happy. Einstein once said, time is relative, and just as how these few short minutes may have felt like an eternity, these few long years have been an absolute blur of exciting challenges and confusing self-discovery, of spontaneous spirit and lasting friendships. So thank you for the memories, class of 2013, and let's prove these cynics wrong. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you all good luck. See you at reunion.
And now we have our senior speaker. Please welcome the beloved Gopal Velagala.
Class of 2013, we spent 4 long years in a school that oddly resembled a prison, and have been surrounded by classmates that have accomplished so much in their lives already. We have been surrounded by athletes that one day I will not be surprised at all to see participating in the Olympics. Students who who've excelled academically that will be the ones likely advancing our society to new bounds, and students with unmatched passion in social, political, and economic issues that will likely be the ones pioneering real change around the world. But lately, we haven't heard a lot of positives. We turn on the TV and all we hear is our education system is failing and America is falling behind in absolutely everything. College is becoming more and more competitive, and when we graduate college, there are no jobs for us. Not to mention that there's always some horrifying conflict occurring somewhere around the world. Climate change is going to kill us, and Earth is going to be destroyed in about 7.6 billion years. So really, what's the point? What was the point of all our hard work when apparently our future is so bleak? Well, I'm going to be one of the few people to tell you that our future is strong and prosperous. And I can say that with confidence because I've been surrounded by classmates like you. It's from being with all of you that I've learned how to live life and how to be the best that I can be. The first thing I learned from all of you is to find your passion and stick with it. It's your passion that's the driving force for you to work hard and to make a real change to the people around you, society, or even the world. If your passion is to provide clean water for the entire world, then by all means pursue that and get it done. If your passion is to be the best chef in America, then by golly, pursue that with reckless abandonment, and don't let anyone or anything get in your way. The second thing I learned from all of you is the resilience we need to resist, frankly, the garbage that society sometimes likes to throw at us. If you aren't planning on going to college right out of high school, that will not set you back at all, so long as you have a positive mindset and you find your passion. If you are going to college, I want to make one thing very clear so everyone understands. The name of your college means absolutely nothing to me or anyone else because the name of your college has no reflection on your future. I want you all to look around at your classmates for a second. Right now, we are all dressed exactly the same. Even Daniel Liu, our valedictorian with incredible accomplishments, is dressed with the likes of a plebeian like myself. To me, this means more than all of us just wearing a blue cap and gown. It means that our GPA and SAT scores are now worthless. We all have the same clean slate. So don't let anyone ever try to tell you that your dreams and passions are too unrealistic or because you're not going to Harvard, you won't amount to anything, because they are wrong. Class of 2013, you have taught me this. Despite all the pressure that we've been through, we learned to live our lives not by the grades we received, but through our determination and resilience. I can say with utmost confidence that our future will indeed be bright and prosperous. Thank you, class of 2013, for teaching me so much, for making high school the best 4 years of my life.
Once again, please welcome Out of the Blue.